Right, afternoon everyone. Friday afternoon. A little bit of a continuation of the flail mower. I'm still just playing with it. This is my dad's yard, and I'm just having a mess about. I've got some work down here. Got that little triangular top shed to take down and put on fire. But I brought my flail down to have a play with it. And this has turned out too good not to film because I'm just doing a bit of light pruning with the thing. It's bloody impressive. You can see the piles of conifer, or yeah, it is conifer because these are some enormous trees. They'd make any tree surgeon sweat with them. But them dry branches you can just mulch through. It's bloody brilliant. So I'm going to set you up. But yeah, we're just having a play with it. Done a bit more modifying on it, but other than that, I just decided to give the old Christmas tree, which we think's dead, a bit of a trim because I want to get a bailiwick machine at some point, get behind these piles and everything. But yeah, just note to self, the wind's blowing towards me, so I need to shut my windscreen because I'm covered in bits of what's it. So I'm going to set camera up hopefully and just mulch a few more of them off, and then I've got them up there to do. But yeah, these are the conifers. Somewhere up there, I mean, there's a machine for reference, but bloody tall old things are them. Right folks, there we are, doing a bit of tree bashing. He's handling it very well actually, very well. You don't want to be doing anything any bigger, but you can just take your time. I mean, you know, the size of my fist. It will do it if you take it slow enough. Before anyone says about the mess, we're going to be coming back with the pole saw and going to cut all these stumps off to make it tidy. Just doing what we've done down there, only without all the stuff to burn. Because the trouble with burning here is you have to stay with fire until it's gone out. Because a couple of years ago, we used to have a shed where this clay is, and it burnt down because somebody left a fire unattended in yard. And got all at shed, and up it went. So the rule now is if you have a fire down here, you stay with it until it's gone out, or until it's burnt right down. But yeah, I'm very impressed with that. Just by taking it steady with it, just easing it into it, you can. I mean, I've mulched all of that. I've cleaned this bit up here, as you can see. Good enough anyway. It's all just leaves anyhow, but we just chuck the pieces down and out from the hedge back. The trick to the mulching of branches when they're on the tree, what I'm finding is rather than chop them off and then try and mulch them up, you're much better off starting at the small end and mulching them while they're fastened to a tree. Saves you having all these branches on the floor afterwards. But you can't always do it. But when you can, that's the way. Yeah, I'm going to leave that for some cover because there's two just silver birches there and it's a good windbreak. It's working out quite nicely. We did that with saw down there, but there's a lot more to do. The trouble with doing it with saw is you have all this brash to deal with, so, and we don't. I'm only doing this on some spare time, so I don't really want to be down here too long. So yeah, little modification that I made the other day is I just added these so you can see the angle that it would be originally, which I can still use these, and now the angle that it's on, it allows you to get the head a bit more flat against the end of the dipper. So yeah, they only bolt on and bolt off. I've just bolted them on, set them up, and I'm just trying it like this. I quite like it like this, it works well. It is slightly more awkward for manoeuvring about and putting it on and off because it's steeper angle, but no, it seems to be holding up very well. Very impressed with it. Brilliant bit of kit. So I'm going to tidy this up a bit more, and then I'm going to get all that lot put on fire. I can't burn it today because it's too windy, but we'll burn it at some point. But no, that's mint, and machine's running it absolutely beautiful. When you, it's interesting when you get it into some work, like these branches here. When your feet, normally if you move the dipper with the head running, the head slows down, but when the head's in work, the machine seems to balance, and you can push it into stuff slowly, which is quite good. It's all a learning curve with it. Like this is for sort of in anger use that it's had. I did that little hedge and a bit at home, but no, this is brilliant. Is this? I mean, you couldn't stand where I'm stood now. The branches were out over the top of this pile when I started, and now look at them. It is a messy sort of process, but I don't know. We're not really doing anything with this. We're just cutting these trees back because we're losing a lot of space to them. Like that's some screened soil. Well, that could be all the way back up to these trees if they want all the branches sticking out. And that's opened it up a bit. Anyway, that'll probably do. I'm going to tidy them big ones up a little bit more carefully, and they're all above where the cab would be, so we're happy with that. So yeah, brilliant bit of kit, this flail. Absolutely brilliant. Right, that'll do for camera for now. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video.